ma'am, you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swapnil, we start the session?
Yes. Yes.
I think we should wait for a few more minutes. People are still joining.
Okay.
I think we still have people joining. Let's wait for a minute or two.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I think we shall start.
Swapnil, let's start.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Swapnil Raj.
And my name is Harsh Chaudhary.
And we welcome you all to another session of Weekend with Us by engineerHUB. Today our guest is Miss Anjali Priya. She is currently an associate software developer at Oracle.
Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the session. Please tell our audience about yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. And I'm Anjali, and I have completed my BTech in 2020 from NIT Agartala, and I got placed at NIT Oracle, and I've been working there for 2 years now. So yeah. So it's been 2 years.
Yes, please continue.
Yeah, so it's been 2 years since I attended that interview. So yeah, some of the questions I forgot, but I'll try to recall all the questions and be sharing all the things with you guys. So yeah.
So you were a student of NIT Agartala, and since NIT Agartala is a tier 2 college, how was the experience when you were studying there?
Experience was quite okay. Professors were also okay, but also I was from EC department, right? But I was more interested in coding and all. So I used to attend classes only for attendance and only for getting like good CGPA. So yeah, it was a good experience.
Were you a part
of any club or society?
Yes.
Society, ma'am?
Yes. I was part of coding club. Then robotics club also is there. Then a painting club, dancing club and all. So apart from coding, I was also interested in painting, dancing, singing and all. So yeah, I was also part of those clubs.
What role did it play in your professional development, being a participant of so many clubs and societies?
I used to be part of many clubs. It's all the clubs helped me to grow in my personal growth, in development of my confidence, and I got many friends, and also you need more connections in your life, right? So I got many connections, and I got many learnings from many seniors. So yeah, that was it.
So you mentioned that you were
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the ECE branch. So how did you manage your ECE studies and coding and development?
Yeah, it was little difficult for me because, our EC department, it was little, tough, because our professors were very strict. They wanted us to attend each and every classes, and in the classes, we had those kind of subjects like, I don't even remember those subjects, because as I said, I just used to attend classes only to get good CGP and all. So it was little tough for me, like going to college, and then from 9 to 6 p.m. I used to study in college, and then after coming to hostel, I had to practice coding and do all these stuffs. And also our professors used to give like very less marks, so for that also we had to study. So yeah, it was little tough, but that's fine.
So did you had any friends who were in the same situation, like in different branch, but they were interested in computer science?
My friends, as in, not many. In my department, not many people were interested in coding. In girls, though, I just had, I think there was only one girl who was interested in coding stuffs. And in boys, there were 2-3 who were interested in coding. But I did not have much interaction with those guys. So I had many friends from CSE department also. So that helped me a lot, because I used to ask them like what kind of things you guys study, and all the things. I used to cover those things as well. So yeah.
Ma'am, were you into competitive coding also?
Yes, like competitive coding. Yeah, if you are into coding, you will have to be in competitive coding. No, just to know that what is your rank, where you stand. So, so
Ma'am, which were the platforms that you mainly preferred
for
practicing your coding?
practicing. Okay, so telling my story, when I came to college in first year. So actually, I did not have this C or C++ subjects in my school. Okay, so when I came to college in first year, so I was like, I used to be completely blank, because I could not even understand like what is hash include, stdio, these things. So it was very tough for me. I could not understand those things. So in first year, I asked my seniors that what all YouTube channels should I follow, what odd things should I follow to increase my coding level, or just to start with coding. So they suggested me some of the things. So I went through, there is Saurav Sukla on YouTube. So I went through his videos, and so in starting I started with GFG, and in GFG there are school level problems, right? So I used to
Yes.
solve those problems first. Those problems were like the most basic problems. So I started with the school level problems, and after solving like 10-15 problems of school level, when I got some confidence, then after I went to easy level, then after I started with Hacker Earth and Code Chef, little bit on Code Chef also, like there were cook off challenge and all, right? So I used to participate in those challenges. So yeah, like in the beginning I started with GFG itself, so it was very helpful to me.
Did you follow any DSS sheets? Like, do you recommend any DSS sheets if you followed any?
Sheets as in?
Like,
Like-
nowadays there are many DSS sheets available, which has many different questions from many different topics.
Okay, so the people, the sheets which people share on LinkedIn. Are you talking about that?
So, yeah, something
Yes,
like
sir.
that. Like there are many famous like Striver or Love Bug
Okay,
or anything if you ever heard
okay.
of.
Those things though, I did not follow those things. Personally speaking, I just, as I said, I just started with GFG and Saurabh Sukla's videos. For Java, I followed Telesco Learning, and then after I just study concepts from GFG, and also we had a book called Let Us See. It was very helpful. So for like beginning, I started with Let Us See, and I did not actually follow any books or any sheets. So yeah. GFG was the most important thing which
So
I
your
followed.
main coding language is Java, right?
I started with C++, and later I also learned Java. But now also for competitive programming, I use C++ only. Java, so I solve only like few problems in Java.
No, like right now you are in Oracle. It's probably famous for Java, right? You are working in
Yeah.
Java right now. So
Yeah,
what
yes.
made you choose Java over many other programming languages like Python, JavaScript, which many people prefer them and they are kind of easier than Java.
Easier in Java? No, it's not like that.
No, it's easier than Java.
Python. Yeah, actually Python is easier than Java, but you know, I also like that day when I started with C++. So after that, I had two options: to start Java or to start Python. So I asked my seniors, and I got to know that Python is little slow language, and also at that time, also many companies nowadays also many companies use Java only, right? So I just jumped into Java, and I just started learning Java, and I practiced that. And also when I was in fourth year, I also started with Python, so I also studied a little bit of Python. So yeah, competitive coding I always prefer C++. For concepts I prefer Java, because most companies prefer Java only. So that was it. Python, if you like machine learning and all, so for that I guess Python is used. So but I did not have interest in machine learning and all at that time, so I used Java.
Ma'am, are you pursuing any further interest in machine learning now, or is it just Java?
Machine learning, yeah, when I came to Oracle, so we got one project where we had to work using machine learning. So at that time I started learning machine learning. So like for 1 month I learned it, but later they changed our project. So I did not actually work on machine learning. I just went through basics of it. That's it.
Could you tell us something about your current role at Oracle?
Yeah. So I am associate software developer. When I just came when I was
did you start as an associate developer?
Yes, it is same. So when I came here, associate software developer is like SD1. SD1 equals application engineer equals associate software developer actually. So these are like same levels at Oracle. So when I came here, so at that time I had to we had one Eagle project where we had to work using Spring Boot. So at that time we used Spring Boot. Then after I also used Druid Superset and all here. Then after we started with Docker, Kubernetes also we had to use. When I came to Oracle, in Oracle we use different kind of technologies. It's not like we are just working on one thing. It's not like that. We use different kind of technologies and all the technologies actually. So we keep learning things and we keep using things. So that was.
When you were in college, did you apply for any internships?
Yes. I also got to know that internships are very important. So I also applied for internships. There are some websites. AngelList is there, right?
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
AngelList. So there I applied for it. I wanted to work for startups because I got to know that at startup you get to learn many things. So I wanted to start my career with startups. So there I applied and I got one internship at at a startup named Prep Bytes, and there I worked as a front-end developer using React.js, and yeah, so there I worked for 1.5 months. That's it.
Ma'am, in which year did you start applying for the internship?
I guess yeah, in second year. After second year also, I worked for one startup actually. Yeah, in second year only I started to apply for internship. So after second year I worked for one startup, and then after third year also I worked for one startup, and then after fourth year this company.
When you first applied for your internship, how did your CV look like, and what skills did you possess at that time?
Yeah, so when I just started, I was in second year. As I already told that in first year, I did not have any knowledge of this coding and all. So my CV was very basic. I guess it contained only C and C++ only, and other things I did not even know. So that was very basic kind of thing. And I wrote my responsibilities. Like as I was part of an ARC robotics club, I was a coordinator there, and I was also part of painting club, fine art club, and coding club. I used to teach C programming in the coding club, so I wrote all the responsibilities there. So yeah, my CV was very basic, and I was in second year. But yeah, when I started applying for internships, then I got to know that what kind of skills should I possess to get good internships. So then I became very serious, and then after I started learning some of the technologies like React.js and JSP, CSS, yeah, basics of CSS, then React.js. So these things I started learning to get good internship. So yeah, applying for internships also helped me.
So ma'am, which platforms did you use to apply for internships?
AngelList, and one more platform is there. I don't remember the name, but mainly it was AngelList only. And I guess Naukri.com also, yeah.
Yes.
Naukri.com.
Ma'am, so which had a wider area of opportunities, AngelList or Naukri.com?
I guess for MNCs and all, Naukri.com is better, and for startups and all, AngelList is better. So at that time, AngelList helped me a lot because I wanted startups.
So ma'am, while you were applying for while you were in the process of applying for Oracle, did you apply for any other companies also? And was there any difference between their interview process?
Yes. So before Oracle, I sat for this Capgemini. So actually at that time, we had option of appearing for two companies only. One normal company, I guess it was called Dream, and second was called Super Dream. So first was Capgemini. It was normal Dream company. So I sat for that also. And second was this Oracle. It is Super Dream company. So in Capgemini, Capgemini is service-based companies. So what Capgemini asked me was basics of OOPS. They asked like basic questions, but they what this service-based companies want they want you to be honest in whatever you are saying.
Yes.
So whatever just say yes. Don't fill your CV with the things you don't know. Just fill your CV with the things you know. Even though it is a basic CV, that's perfectly fine. But don't fill it with the things which you don't know, because they are going to ask questions from all the things you are filling in that. So so from me they asked questions from JSP and basics of OOPS, and coding questions I don't think they asked. Yeah, they asked like questions from operating systems and all. So that was my experience in Capgemini interview.
So ma'am, while we are in the process of applying for interviews, what is the great way to make your CV stand out in front of the companies.
If companies coming to your college, so which college are you guys from?
I'm AKGs.
Okay, and NIT Agartala?
Ma'am, actually we are in engineerHUB we are connected from many different colleges. We
Okay.
are currently over connected with 750 plus colleges, so there are many students from many different colleges.
Okay. So if you are applying for if it is on campus placement, it is fine. You don't have to spend much time into CVs and all. That's okay. But if you are applying for off campus companies, so in that case you need to have some good skills, like at least I guess two languages is also enough. If you know C++, Python, that's fine. C++, Java, that's fine. Then after you just give the links to your competitive coding websites, right? Your profile to on that website. For example, if you practice questions on HackerEarth or Code Chef, you also give links to your profile, so that the companies will know that how much you practice on those websites, how much you are good at coding. Then after, you need to know some of these other techs, maybe, for example, I know React.js, JSP, and C++, HTML and all you can mention. So yeah, these things. You don't need to fill up like CV with a lot of things. That's not necessary. You just know like 5 to 6 technical stuffs. That's fine.
Ma'am, did you apply for any companies or startup overseas?
Overseas, I did not apply actually. No, I had not applied at that time. I'd applied for, I guess, one scholarship. It was DAD or something scholarship. So only for that I had applied. I could not get into that. But yeah, only that thing.
We have many freshers and sophomores connected. So do you have any advice for freshers?
Yeah, many advice. So I want to know that from which all years you guys are from, like first, second, third, or mix of all.
No, it's mix of all.
Okay, so
We are a mix of all years.
Okay, so people from first year are also there, right? And from
Yes.
fourth year also
Yes.
there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so people who are from fourth year, so you guys, if you guys are like me, like if you did not have this coding stuffs in your 11th, 12th, so you must be facing many kind of problems, I know. So don't feel like others are better than you, or you are lesser than others. You don't know these things. It's not like that. Just be slow and steady, and you will win the race. And just keep working hard. That is what I want to say. If you are in first year, you don't know anything. Just go through basics. Just open GFG and just go through basics of C++ maybe, or C maybe. Then after, start with school level problems. School level problems are like very basic problems. So just start with that. Even though you are not able to solve the problem, just spend one day in thinking about that problem. How can I solve that? If you are not able to solve that problem, go through solutions. No problem. There is no problem in looking into solutions. There is no problem in that. Just look into solution and just know that how they are solving that. And then after, practice it 2 times, 3 times. These kind of things you are going to face. And just keep practicing, just keep working hard, and you'll win. You'll be at the top, no problem. So, but yeah, you have to work hard. If you have not studied this C++ in schools, you are going to face problems. You must be facing problems. You will have to work hard, keep working hard. So yeah. And yeah, also I you know what, when I talk to some of the, like one of my cousins is also in, I guess in second year, so when I talked to her, she was like, दीदी मैं भी ये पढ़ रही हूँ, ये लैंग्वेज सीख रही हूँ, वो लैंग्वेज सीख रही हूँ, पाइथन सीख रही हूँ, फिर पता नहीं क्या वेब डेवलपमेंट ये सीख रही हूँ, वो सीख रही हूँ. तो आई बी लाइक, यू नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक आपको हर एक चीज, हर एक टेक्नोलॉजीज पढ़ना है. जो चीज इम्पोर्टेंट है ना कि वो आपको कोडिंग करना है. मतलब आजकल तो सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है वो है डीएसए. जो कंपनीज है ना वो आपसे ये नहीं पूछेंगे कि आपको कितनी लैंग्वेजेस आती हैं, आपको कितने टेक स्टैक्स आते हैं, ये सब वो नहीं पूछेंगे. वो बस ये देखेंगे कि आप कितनी एफिशिएंटली कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते हो. तो प्रॉब्लम इज लाइक मैथ्स प्रॉब्लम. तो कोई क्वेश्चन आपको दिया गया, आपको वो सॉल्व करना है. आप कितनी एफिशिएंटली सॉल्व कर रहे हो, आपका सॉल्यूशन, आपका एंड पॉइंट सही होना चाहिए, आप सारे जो है उसके पॉइंट्स कवर कर रहे हो, तो वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो इस चीज में मत फंसो कि मुझे 10 लैंग्वेजेस सीखनी है, मुझे हर एक चीज सीखनी है. इवन दो यू नो ओनली इवन दो यू नो ओनली C++, दैट्स completely fine. Okay, that's completely fine. Even though you know only C++, you know, that's fine. You just go through basics of HTML and CSS. You just add it in CV and start practicing problems from GFG, HackerEarth, HackerRank, whichever platform you like. That's fine. Just start practicing. So that's my advice. And also one more thing I wanted to say that some people ask some of the students that दीदी मतलब internship क्या बहुत important होता है. I would say कि internships are important. Internships are important, but it's not like if you are not getting any internships, you are not going to get good placements. You are going to stay behind everyone. It's not like that. If you are getting good internship, that's fine. Just go for that internship. If you are not getting good internship, just don't go for any internship just for the sake of internship. Okay, just don't go कि अरे मुझे internship चाहिए तो बस कोई भी internship कर लेते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है. internship में आपका 1-2 months लगता है, तो आप कुछ ऐसा internship मत कर लो इसकी content writing and all हो जाता है. अगर आप coding field में जाना, अगर आपको software developer बनना है, तो आप content writing करके क्या करोगे, है ना? तो आप उस फील्ड में इंटर्नशिप करो जो फील्ड की आपको हेल्प करेगा, और उसी चीज में अपना टाइम स्पेंड करो जो कि आपको हेल्प करेगा जिसमें आप इंटरेस्टेड हो. तो और इंटर्नशिप मिल रही है अच्छी जगह पे तो कर लो, और नहीं मिल रही है तो अब उसके लिए सैड होके नहीं बैठना है. क्योंकि आई वाज आल्सो लाइक दैट, when I initially when I did not get any internship, though I was like, those people got internship, I'm not getting one. I'm not going to get good internship, good placement, because in interviews also they'll ask, why didn't you get any internship? So in interviews they don't ask. Even though I know many people from my college, many people from CSE department who did not get any internship, but they got placed into super dream companies, right? So internships are good, but it's not like it's very, very important. It's not like that. And yeah,
I had another question.
Yeah, sure. Ask.
Ma'am, I had another question regarding this. Ma'am, apart from internships, people also emphasize upon the importance of having like referrals or connections with people. Is it that important to start building your LinkedIn profile and have connections with like HRs of different company, or is it not something to worry about?
Yeah, means there is no problem in getting connections, right? Start connecting with people, that's fine. Like just build your LinkedIn profile, just keep connecting with people, send connection requests to many people. It won't take much time. It's important to get connections. But again, it's like internship. If you are getting connection, that's fine. If you're not getting connection, that is also fine. Completely fine. If you are getting connection, that's little better, because in future, if you'll have to ask for referrals and all, they can ask from those people. So yeah, it's like that.
So ma'am, how it's been, how's the environment and the culture at Oracle there?
Oracle, so when I joined, Oracle was very nice. Now also it's nice, but when I joined, at that time, our work-life balance was also like good. We had good work-life balance. We had to work for like 6-7 hours that was enough. But now we have to work for like 12 hours, 13 hours, or even more than that. So now it's little hectic for us. But yeah, work is very nice here, work environment, because you get to work on many technologies. You get to learn many things, even though you don't want to work on one. Suppose they are giving you some project, and you are saying, and you don't want to work on that technologies, then you can ask your manager. You can switch to other technology, whichever you want. So yeah, in many MNC, I get to know that people, the people who join, the freshers especially, they have to work on same technologies, and they have to, sometimes they put them into testing work on some other work, which is not very good. But in Oracle, it's not like that. So even though you are fresher, it's a good company to start with.
Ma'am, nowadays another trend is coming up, like because of the COVID era, there was a rise in work from home policies. Companies started providing a facility for people to work from home, and now people are preferring companies that have this work from home policy. So, like, what should we students who are now in the phase of applying for companies keep in mind? Should we like search for companies that have work from home, or is it not that important?
Like it's not that important. Like what? Work from home.
Ma'am, like many people, apart from those that emphasized on how important work from home is and how it is helping them balance their life, actually, because their life was like concentrated more on work than having a balanced life and enjoying it also. So they were like that work from home allowed them to enjoy their life and work simultaneously. But another set of people, they said that having a office culture is also very important to carry out to carry out and work efficiently, and that work from home inhibits that.
No, it's like it's personal choice. So like for me, I've always wanted to work from office, because in office you interact with all the people, you interact with seniors, you get good environment. And some of the people like work from home, because in work from home they don't have to wake up early, they don't have to go to office. So it's like personal choice, and both are okay for me, I think. If there are pros and cons in work from home also, and there are pros and cons in work from office also. So that's fine. Like, don't look into work from office or work from home things. You guys are just freshers, right? So just get into a nice company. That's it. I think that is the only goal you guys should be having.
Okay, now we are open to doubts. If anyone has any doubts, they can open their mic.
Yeah, sure.
Ask. Or they can also type in the chat box. Ketan has a doubt, so please, Ketan.
Yes, so Aman Mohammed has a doubt that did you do any web app dev projects?
Yes, actually I did. So when I was in second year, in third year actually, both in second and third year, so I did 2-3 projects, web development projects using JSP and CSS. So yeah, that was it. I did both the projects using JSP and CSS.
Ma'am, did you use Java when you made projects? Like, did you use frameworks like Spring Boot, Hibernate?
So JSP is also a framework of that. So yeah, I use JSP.
Yeah, and the front end?
For front end, I use CSS, and in internship, I use React.js. And yeah, one more thing I wanted to say, that now also no one is asking any question. So please don't hesitate, because I would say ki मैं भी आप लोगों की तरह ही थी, कभी मैं आप लोगों की जगह पे थी एंड आई वाज लाइक हाउ कैन आई आस्क डाउट्स एंड बहुत हेजिटेशन होती है कि मैं ये क्वेश्चन कैसे पूछूं, कहीं ये क्वेश्चन बहुत बेसिक तो नहीं होगा, क्या सोचेंगे सबकी इतना बेसिक क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, ठीक है, ऐसा होता है मन में, बट ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है। अभी अगर इतना अगर हेजिटेशन रखोगे तो फिर अगर जब कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ स्टार्ट करोगे तो फिर और ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होएगी, क्योंकि कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में आपको सिर्फ पूछना ही पूछना होता है। जब आप स्टार्ट करते हो तो आपको सिर्फ पूछना होता है, आपको कुछ नहीं आता है, ठीक है, आपको सिर्फ पूछना होता है और आपको सारे हेजिटेशंस खत्म करके सिर्फ पूछने होते हैं। तो अभी से स्टार्ट कर दो, सारे हेजिटेशन हटा के। अगर आपका बेसिक क्वेश्चन भी है, कितना भी बेसिक क्वेश्चन है, कोई बात नहीं, दैट्स ओके। इनफैक्ट अच्छा लगेगा मुझे कि हाँ हर टाइप के क्वेश्चन लोग पूछ रहे हैं। तो जो भी क्वेश्चन आता है ना, प्लीज डू आस्क।
Ketan has a question. He says that he is passed out of 12th and he will be selecting robotics and automation course in BTech. So he wants your opinion on what type of coding should he start.
Robotics and automation.
Yes.
And have you studied like basics of programming in 11th, 12th?
Not yet, he says.
Not yet. So if you have not studied, no, to start with C and C++. Okay, that's like a basic, and that's very important for everything. So start with C++ first, and then after in robotics and all, like what I did was I had used one sensors, and for sensor there was one kind of language for that. So at that time I just used the basics of that language. I don't remember that language exactly, but if you know C++, you will be very easily able to grasp all those things. So don't worry, just start with programming, start with C and C++.
Have you worked on Arduinos or Raspberry Pis too?
Raspberry Pi to I have not worked. We were using Arduino, yes.
Aman says that which language would you say is better for placement in top MNCs, Java or C++? Which has more scope and job opportunities?
I guess both are okay, but whichever people I have met, most of the people use C++ only for coding stuffs. Okay, you should know Java. You should know basics of Java because they might also ask, because in most companies they use Java only, so they might ask like basics of Java. But even though you don't know Java, that's also fine. But I guess everyone should know C++ because it's easy to use in competitive coding and all. So
on the topics of programming languages, I have a little controversial question that out of all these famous languages like Python, JavaScript, Java, C++, do you prefer like any single, like even though the languages which you have never worked on?
I always prefer C++. Okay, I have always been using C++ for competitive programming, for every stuffs. So C++ is my favorite. So I would go for C++.
And Gurpreet says how to practice
Gurpreet
coding questions. Yes. Gurpreet has a question that how to practice coding questions.
How to practice coding questions?
Yes.
Coding questions, as I said, start with GFG. If you are very basic, if you don't know anything, if you don't even know ABC of coding, just start with just go through the basics of C++ and start with school level problems on GFG. That's how you start. If you have some knowledge of like coding stuffs, then you can start with either GFG or now there is LeetCode. So LeetCode is also like a very, very good platform. So start solving questions from there. They have company-wise problems, and those problems are like very good. I also solve those problems. So I would say if you are a beginner, start with GFG, and if you know some stuffs, then start solving problems on LeetCode. And if you want,
so Khushi has a doubt.
yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah, and if you are like very confident in your coding skills, then go for Code Chef and all. Their challenges, try to solve those questions, try to stand out in those challenges. Yeah.
So, ma'am, Khushi Gupta has a doubt that can we start CP after learning basics of any language, or we should do after learning DSA?
You know, if you have learned the basics of any language, C++ and all, to start with this solving problems on GFG, okay, this school level problem, then easy level problems, these basic problems, and after learning DSA, you can start with like good questions on lead code and company wise questions. So yeah, DSA is important, but so there are arrays and all, arrays, stacks, linked list graphs and all. So if you have learnt DSA, then only you can start with stacks, linked list, trees and all, right? And if you have not learnt DSA, if you have just learnt basics, then you can start with arrays. So no problem in starting with arrays. You can start with that.
So Rishabh has a question that if we do not get good SGPA in first year, like less than 7, what should we do?
Less than 7, it's fine, because but after that, try to get good CGPA, because for some companies the criteria is you should have more than 7 or 7.5, I guess. So I guess 7.5 is a like good boundary, like you should have 7.5. So no problem, even though you got less than 7, you just study harder and try to get more than 7.5. That will be my advice.
Will Oracle accept anyone with SGPA or CGPA with less than 7? What was the criteria when were you applying for Oracle?
Yeah. So when I applied for Oracle, my CGPA was around 8.5, more than 8.5. So I do not exactly remember the criteria, but I think it was, most probably it was 7.5 or 7. Yeah. I think the most companies which came to our college, their criteria was 7. And for some companies, very few companies, it was 7.5. So I would say 7.5 is a good good boundary or good line to have. You should have 7.5, but no problem, it's not like to it's not like to get 7.5 you'll have to study for whole year. You'll have to study so hard. Just start 15 days before exam, just and go through all the important things whichever your professor taught, and just go through his notes, and you can get 8-pointer, I guess, without even going through any books. You just have to go through their notes, that's it. But just be serious before, at least 15 days before exams.
Ma'am, 8-pointer is considered a very good SGPA. Like, we will be fine with that. Ma'am, Aman also has a question that, ma'am, what level should we get in CP? Like 4-5 stars? Till what stars should we keep practicing?
I would say don't go for stars. I would say just go for confidence. So even like there are many people who get 5 stars, 6 stars. Don't go behind them. Everyone has different journey. Okay. Some people are getting 5 stars, and they are also getting placed in some good companies. Some people having 2 stars, 3 stars. Some people are not even practicing on Code Chef, and they are even after that they are getting very good companies. So it's not like you'll have to get that much stars and all. If you are interested in coding, if you like coding, if you enjoy coding, So in that case, just go through all the competitions, just get good stars. But it's not like stars are that much important. It's not like that.
Ayush says that should I do internship in those startups who don't pay me during the internship period?
Yes, it's fine. Even though they don't pay during internships, I think it's fine to work for that, because during internship you get to learn things. Yeah, so I would just say that don't go for this thing that how much they are paying. Even though they are not paying, go for internship. But yeah, the most important thing is that internship should be in line with your interest, should be in line with your future goals. So if you are getting good internship in in this Java language or these stuffs, maybe some good front end languages, just go for that. Even though they are not paying, just learn something. Learning is the most important thing.
Rishabh says that does SGPA matter off campus in off campus placement too, like Amazon or Microsoft?
SGPA. SGPA, yeah, I think what they ask is more than 7.5. Yeah, that's it.
So when in an interview or for any application, they says they want SGPA more than 7.5. Does it mean average of all 4 years, or like in the last year?
No, average of all the 4 years. So SGPA is like per semester grade, right? And CGPA is like overall. So they want overall.
CGPA.
Yes, CGPA they ask.
So if anyone scores less in first year or second year, they still have a chance that they can score more than 8 CGPA till the fourth year.
Yes, of course.
So it's a opportunity. Everyone has a chance that if the first year goes bad, we should not be scared or lose hope.
Please. No, don't be scared, don't lose hope. I would say even if you have 6.5, even if you have 6 pointers, no, don't lose hope. There are many companies sitting for you. There are many companies waiting for you. Don't lose hope. Just keep working hard, that's it.
Part says all in all comes down to problem solving skills, right, ma'am?
Yes, exactly. Yes. The thing which matters the most is your problem solving skills.
Aradhana Sharma says that can I start web front end with immediate level of coding in C++ and without doing DSA first?
Yes, like web development, for web development you don't need DSA that much. Like even though you have basic knowledge of these languages, C++, you can start with web development. So when I had started this web development in second year, I guess, fourth semester, at that time I also did not have any knowledge of this DSA and all. I just knew the basics. So during web development only I learned Java. So I learned web development and Java both simultaneously.
Does anyone have any other questions?
Parth again asked that I hope there won't be any issues if I don't do web development, but I instead focus on my data science skills along with DSA and problem solving.
Yeah, that's also fine. See, the thing which is compulsory, that is problem solving. So just go with the most the compulsory thing, and this web development, data science, these are like side by side. So you can choose any of them. You can choose both. You can choose any of them. That's fine.
Gurpreet wants to know which projects did you make for last academic years, or I think he wants to know what projects should he make for his last academic year.
Last year, my college project was related to this EC stuff only, so I would not suggest that. For my personal thing, I created 2 projects using JSP and CSS, as I already said. You can go through my LinkedIn profile. Those projects are there. I guess I have also given the link for that, so you can look into those projects. So yeah.
So Parth has been working on data science using Python. So he wants to know if he can use Python for DSA too.
Yes, for DSE also many people use Python. That's fine, but it's just that Python is little slow language, so sometimes you might face some problems. But since I have not used Python, so I cannot, say that yeah, it's you should not use Python. You can use, or you can ask those people who are using Python for competitive programming. I've just used C++ and Java.
Any more questions, please, if you all want to ask?
Yes, please ask questions.
Please ask all your doubts. She is here. You can get all your doubts cleared.
Please don't hesitate in asking questions.
Yeah.
Gurpreet says environment for C++ and Java.
Environment for C++ and Java. Environment as in?
Please
ID,
elaborate.
I think he's asking for the ID.
ID.
ID, like VS
Yeah.
Code or...
Yeah, ID, like VS Code also you can use. But for nowadays, what I do is I just solve problems on the platforms directly. So I don't actually need this ID and all. So initially when I had started solving questions, initially I used one ID for C++. What was his name? Sorry, I don't remember because I used it in second year only. But after that, I am just using platforms. I just go to maybe lead code. I just go to lead code and solve the problems there only. But VS Code also you can use for office work. Nowadays we use VS Code and all.
Yes, I think for starters we can use light code editors like VS Code, Sublime Editor, or any other.
Yeah.
IDEs are very heavy. Like they are used for projects. Like if you are not into projects, I think we should not use those IDs. VS Code is probably the best one around here.
Yeah.
So Vaibhav says that can he use PHP as his first language?
First language, I won't suggest PHP because for competitive programming I don't think I have seen many people using PHP and all. So as I said that the most important thing is problem solving, competitive programming. So I won't suggest to go with PHP as a first language. Just go for C++ or Java.
So what is the scope of PHP nowadays in the market?
PHP I have not used, and also as I said I have not seen many people using PHP. In my company also, I just know just one person who knows PHP. So I have not seen people that is all I want to say. But I won't say that it's a very bad language, as I have not used. I have not even studied PHP, so I won't go into that.
Yes, ma'am.
Aptitude.
So,
Yes.
Pooja Kumari is asking what skills are needed for internship.
Yeah, for internships, you just need now also many companies hire for. So if you are going for MNCs, so in MNCs they will just ask this problem solving, coding things only, competitive coding. So if you are going for MNC and all, you just need competitive coding skills. And if you are going for the startups, so startups want you to know some good tech stacks. So for that you can learn maybe some good technologies like maybe React.js for front end, and other JavaScript frameworks you can learn for front end, and for backend you can learn JSP, Spring Boot and all. That is what many companies use nowadays.
Okay, I have one question that Gurpreet states. Tell about your aptitude rounds in the interview.
Yeah, so actually I have not explained about my interview, right?
Yes, like
So
Oracle interview.
yeah, Oracle interview. So when Oracle came to our college, so first they conducted an online aptitude test. So in that aptitude test, they asked some MCQ questions from DBMS, operating system, networking, and all, and then some other aptitude questions as well, related to mathematics, and some other normal aptitude questions, generic questions, and a few questions from DSA as well. So this was their, you can say, aptitude round or first round or whatever round you can say. So, and for aptitude also, for aptitude I had practiced at one site. I don't exactly remember the name of that site, sorry, but yeah, for aptitude you can, you don't need that much uh, time. You just go through some some websites to practice aptitude. You just practice it for 5-6 days at max, and that's fine. And yeah, okay,
Yes, please,
yeah,
please
yeah.
repeat.
Yeah, so this was their first round. This was an online round. Then after they conducted pen and paper, then after they came to our college, and then they conducted pen and paper test. So in that pen and paper test, they asked 3 questions, and we had to solve 2 questions out of the 3. First was to reverse a linked list, and second was to get min. Second was to use, what is that, implement get min operation in stack using big of 1 time complexity, and third was a question using multi-threading. So these were the 3 questions which was asked by them. Then after in third round, we had 2 technical rounds, third and fourth round. And in third round they asked one array based question, which I don't remember. It was like some repeated characters or something. And then after, in fourth round, they asked to rotate a matrix, n-dimensional matrix, I guess. And then after, they asked some questions from this networking and operating system. From networking, they asked checks. They asked I don't remember, I guess. Yeah, from operating system, they asked this deadlock. What is deadlock? Then the other questions they asked was explain checksum, then explain OSI model and all. So these are, like, you can search for top 100 interview questions from operating system and networking and DBMS, and you can get those questions, and from those questions only these companies ask.
So, did you use any platforms for preparing for interviews or for the aptitude rounds?
For aptitude round, I just said no, that one of my seniors suggested one platform which a name I don't remember. So I just practiced aptitude in that platform for like 5-6 days. That's it. So that was it about aptitude. I just spent most of my time in this solving problems, and that helped me a lot, because in interviews, even though you don't know other questions, even though if they'll ask some question, like they are asking what is deadlock, even though you don't know the answer, you can say that I don't remember. You can be honest. You can say I don't remember. If you are perfect in problem solving, that's fine. They won't go into these things, like, right? So their criteria is also to get to select the students who are the best in problem solving. So even though you are not good in all these concepts, that's fine. You can be honest.
So do you have any tips to improve the problem solving skills or DSA?
Yeah, so as I already said, start with GFG school level if you are a very beginner. Then after, go for lead code, very good platform, solve questions from that. Like, try to solve questions, even though you are not able to solve the questions, go for the solution. That's completely fine. Look for the solutions and just try to
Best practice.
try to grasp the approach, what approach they are using, and then after this is how you grow. So yeah, practice from lead code.
Ma'am, I think that's all with the questions. No more questions are there in the comment section. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your important time. This was a very valuable session for everyone. Today we gathered knowledge about how we can apply for Oracle, or to summarize it all, how we can be like you. And it was very valuable information. So once again, thank you for your time, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. You can ask me any question you want on LinkedIn as well. So
Yes,
yeah,
if-
no problem.
If anyone wants to contact her, just type her name in the LinkedIn, you will get her. You can see her in the top results. She's there.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Just
Thank you so much.
keep
Thank you.
practicing. Just keep practicing. Just start practicing. Even if you don't know anything, even if you are zero in that thing, start practicing and start working hard. That is all I want to say. Just keep working hard. You'll be on the top. Don't worry.
Yes, ma'am. We
Thank
will
you.
keep your advice in mind. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
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 Bye.